Well, hurry up, baby, slept too late. The crawdad man done passed your gate, honey, babe of mine. Well, won't you sell your crawdads 3?
Even though I wrote the schedule, I read the schedule wrong. We're not talking about Raptors now. No Raptors. No. Sarah Craig did not bring an owl.
But that would be an amazing thing
cool.
to introduce to what we will be talking about.
That's tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do that, I promise. But right today we're talking about Caffè Lena, and we are talking about their 63rd anniversary. Saratoga's famous Caffè Lena holding their Sing in the Streets, a 6-stage music festival celebrating the 63rd anniversary of Caffè Lena on Sunday, May 21st. Caffè Lena is widely recognized as the longest continuously operating folk music venue in the United States of America. Sing in the Streets will take place for free at 6 stages around Caffè Lena's neighborhood, making this festival a community event. 2 artists will share each stage with performances at Impressions of Saratoga, Library Terrace, Frog Garden, Caffè Lena's Courtyard, Caffè Lena Upstairs, and last but not least, Ben and Jerry's. Executive Director Sarah Craig joins us, and Director of Operations Matteo Vascanian. Good morning to you both. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Joe. Thanks so much for taking an interest in this event.
It's really nice to have you both here. So, first of all, happy anniversary.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's good. So, how did this all come together?
We've been this is the second year of the festival. We had a great time doing it last year. Everybody said, we're definitely doing this again next year, right? And we said, yes, we are. And it's all part of a wider initiative to get beyond our 4 walls. I would say about Caffè Lena that our greatest asset is the intimacy of the space. People know it as just a pristinely great sounding, beautiful, cozy, historic space to see live music. And that's what it's been for, 63 years now. But a few years ago, your friend and my friend, Mr. Arlo Guthrie, made the point that there are a lot of limitations to being an intimate listening room. It's hard to earn enough money to do a lot in a tiny space like that. It's very limited to who you can have come in. So we started thinking about ways to get beyond our 4 walls. And one of them is that we do live streaming of all of our shows. And it's not like setting up a spy cam on the ceiling and just kind of putting a fuzzy image out there. We have 5 beautiful dynamic cameras and great sound production. And we send all of our music out to the world. So we have people, a great audience all over the country listening to our shows all the time. That's been an expansion of the family. And another thing we do is we send music out into the community. We have lots of charitable programs. We have something called Caffè Lena on the Road that takes our headline performers and sends them out to nursing homes and to schools and to addiction treatment groups and youth shelters and all kinds of places like that where a song can really make a difference. And finally, we love to do things like set up stages out on the street and share free music with new friends. So that's really what it's all about. It's about expanding the reach of the great music that happens at Caffè Lena because we know it really makes a difference for people.
And it's a wonderful way because you can check in, go to the next one, check something else out, wander.
As somebody just said, a brilliant person out in the waiting room said, oh, it's like your own little South by Southwest. Yeah, I like that.
Well, you'll have to be more specific because everyone in the front office is a genius. So I don't know.
It was a lady who's going to be talking about raptors.
Oh, all right.
But I just shoved her aside and came in and took her seat.
It's the raptor folk. So how do people bring us, Matteo, to how we make the most of this time?
So it's 12 noon to 3 p.m. So we've staggered the sets so you can catch nearly one of at least 15 minutes of every artist. So it's going to start at noon. We have the 6 stages, like we said. The 2 stages that will start at noon are the Frog Garden, which is more of a children's theme stage. Mm-hmm. We have a father and son duo opening over there, Bill and Finnegan. Ackerbauer, and then Novus Cantus will close out that stage. But also at noon at the cafe, because we want people to come see us. Right in the courtyard, we have some solo artists starting at noon as well. It's Jimmy W. starting there at noon. So I would recommend, get down to Saratoga a little bit early, get a coffee, get some brunch, and then start making your way, because you can make it from Broadway all the way down to Phyla and wrap around the library and make it a little bit of a circle. Get some ice cream at Ben & Jerry's. And there's 12 acts, so there's no shortage of styles of music, from solo acts all the way to full-on rock bands, actually, this year.
Tell them about the passport.
Oh, go in the passport. I love passports.
Well, if you love passports, we got one for you. This is at every stage. You can get a stamp. We'll give you what's called our folk passport, and you get a stamp at every stage and bring it back to the cafe, and then you enter to win a drawing. This year, I think some of our prizes are pretty great. We're giving away one of our higher level memberships, which is basically a golden ticket to access as many Caffè Lena shows as you can in a year.
For free.
For free, exactly.
Wow. Yeah.
So all you got to do is go to each stage, get that little stamp from our volunteers and board members, and submit it at the cafe. And I mean, that's free music, and then begets more free music.
That's a great way of doing it. As far as well, first of all, how's Caffè Lena doing these days?
Doing really well. I'm so happy to say that. I thought that I'd be able to say that a year ago. I thought that everything would be back to normal after the big shutdown about a year ago, but it took longer than I thought. And by the end of 2022, things were really starting to cook again. And then 2023 has just been great. Business back to where it was in 2019, been able to resuscitate all of our community outreach programs, and feeling really good about the size of the audience and the reach, the new music that's coming in to the stage. Very good. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, and it's in some cases it's building things back, but in others it's also finding new directions, right?
It totally is. I think that's when we started to turn things around, is when we stopped saying, how are we going to get everybody to come back, all of those people who used to be here in 2019? And we said, a lot of them are just not going to come back. Life changed for a lot of people. They've moved on to different things. Let's find all of the people who used to do other stuff, and now they're ready to try something new. And that new thing will be live music and a historic listening room and all the community that comes along with it. So once we started reaching out to brand new people, that's what really changed. So we have an unprecedented number of new volunteers, new people in the seats, new donors. We're a nonprofit organization, to be clear, and that has been wonderful for being able to expand our community programs.
What has it been like working with the musicians and setting this up?
It's been a joy. I mean, everyone is so excited when I reached out just to be a part of something like this. I think the history of Caffè Lena goes a long way, and people are excited to be out in the community. As musicians, especially in our area, they're excited to be on the street, literally singing in the street, and celebrating not only the cafe's anniversary, but just the joy of music.
Which is what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, 63 years. It's something to shout about.
Yeah, and this is in part a fundraiser for the organization, as well as a chance to make new friends. And so we are going to have buckets out at all of the stages and QR codes so that people can chip in toward 3 initiatives that are really important for our community service. One is our children's program. So we offer free music for toddlers once a week, and it's to fund another round of that. Another initiative is the one I already mentioned, called Caffè Lena on the Road, which reaches out to neighbors in need with live music. And then the third is just to keep our stage hopping and our tickets affordable, and the quality of music where we like it to be. So those are the 3 initiatives that we're hoping people will chip in toward, because Caffè Lena is just a great asset for the capital region and beyond, and we need people to support it.
Absolutely. And you have wonderful partnerships with other venues as well, which is really important too.
We totally have great partnerships, especially with SPAC. We work with a lot. We also work with Universal Preservation Hall in Saratoga. But we have actually reached out well beyond the performing arts, and we do a lot of work with nonprofits that are in the social service sector. And other kinds of grassroots community initiatives, because there's just so much great work and cool ideas being carried out by people, and we can be a platform and stage for them sharing that with a wider community.
Well, it is Sing in the Streets, a sick sick.
It's totally
it's-
sick.
It's all. It is sick.
It's
man.
sick.
It is sick. You're so gonna enjoy it. Sing in the Streets is a 6-stage music festival celebrating the 63rd anniversary of Caffè Lena. Sunday, May 21st. You can find out more at caffélena.org. Don't forget cafe with 2 F's. caffélena.org. Sarah and Matteo, I wish you all the luck in the world. Have a beautiful weekend. You picked the better day, I think.
Yeah, swing by and see us. I'd love
that'd be
to see
great.
you.
Wonderful, wonderful music and a great day in Saratoga. Thank you both and congratulations.
Thank you,
Great
Joe.
stuff. Sing in the Streets happens on Sunday from noon to 3. You can find out more by going to caffélena.org. You're listening to The Roundtable.